Hey guys, welcome to another Space Medic video. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at the Drake Cutlass Steel. This is going to be all you need to know before taking the plunge and actually purchasing your steel, and this video is going to have something for new players and returning players alike, so don't worry where you're at in your Star Citizen journey, this video is going to have something for you. And if you like this video, please remember to like it, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this and updates in all things Star Citizen. The Cutlass Steel is a variant of the Drake Cutlass. While the Cutlass Black has a larger than average cargo space and good guns to defend the ship, the Steel trades that in for troop transport seats. This is a dropship. It's meant to take 18 soldiers and drop them into combat, and has extra weapons mounted around the ship for fire support. And Drake wasn't kidding when they said that they added extra guns to the ship. If you look on the sliding doors, there are 2 guns mounted on each side for soldiers, for players to use to shoot at other ships or people on the ground. There's also a gun in the rear cargo hatch in order to get into the ship. You can open that up and then fire outwards from it, or when soldiers are running down the ramp, you can have somebody covering them from the ship. The pilot does have access to 2 size 2 repeaters that are gimbaled, and 2 size 2 Gatlings that are also gimbaled. Now for your extra firepower, you do have a man turret that is a Panther repeater, and then a remote turret that is a Badger repeater. The door guns, you have 5 of them in total. They're all size 1 Gatling guns. Your remote turret is actually controlled by the co-pilot, and that faces the rear of the ship, which can help with ships coming towards you, or it can help with troops that are landing, getting out of the ship. You can give them some firepower that way as well. The Steel seems like an update on the Black, so let's see if there's any differences between the two. Looking at the weapons for the Cutlass Black, they're actually the same as the weapons given on the Cutlass Steel. The differences being, the Steel has an extra remote turret, where the Black doesn't have that. The Steel also has all of the guns around the ship that can be manned by different troops in the ship. The Black doesn't have that either. And you're probably wondering, what makes the Cutlass Steel worth it compared to the Cutlass Black? And honestly, not much. Take a look at the screen now. Which ship is this? Is it the Steel or the Black? Honestly, I could put either in front of you and it would look the exact same. And I'll do that now. This is the Steel, and then this is the Black. Obviously, the 2 ships have very different goals in mind. The Cutlass Steel is a troop drop ship, or a troop transport ship. It's meant to take troops from point A to point B, and that point B just so happens to be, more often than not, a contested area. Somewhere that's going to be under fire, that has to get the troops there safely and efficiently. That's why there's no cargo space. There's no need for this ship to haul cargo. That's not the goal of this ship. All of the cargo space is taken up by seats because the goal of the ship is to have those seats filled. There's not even a restroom on the ship. Granted, the Black doesn't have one either, but that speaks to the point of the Steel. They don't need a bathroom because the point is they're not going to be on the ship long enough to need one. And when we walk through the interior of the Cutlass Steel, we'll see that there are 6 seats available to sit in, and there is a bar that will come down and secure you into place, so you have to hold down Y to stand up, but that's with all seats. Now these slots here next to the seats are racks for weapons. I am going to try to use a handgun here, and it's not going to work. They're more for rifles, and I actually have not tried using a rifle on these to see if they do actually work in game, but seeing as the other weapon racks on the ship do, I imagine it does. All of these seats are operable. You can sit in any one of these, and so could other players if they were with you. Now, the Cutlass Black does have 6 seats in the same spot as the Steel does, but they're not this elaborate. They're just small, foldable seats. Although, currently, they serve the same function, and they do the same thing in game, so other than aesthetics, there's no real difference. And unlike the red, there's no bunk bed here. Again, you're probably not going to stay long in the Steel, so no need to get comfy, unless you're one of the crew that stays, but there is a bunk bed in that area for the crew that's all the time on the Steel. Coming forward, we do see those weapon racks. We see the pilot seats to our left, and of course this isn't going to work on a handgun, but it would work on a rifle. Here are our bunk beds, so you can have 2 crew log in, log out in the ship. And of course, these lockers here will allow us to access the inventory on the ship if you didn't want to hit I. We do have a pilot and a co-pilot seat. And then behind us we have our man turret. Entering the turret does take us up, where we can turn it on and fire away. Now, what about the cost of the Cutlass Steel and the Cutlass Black? Well, the Cutlass Steel is available in-game for 1,355,300 AUEC, while the Cutlass Black is available for 1,385,300 AUEC. The Cutlass Steel cannot be rented, but the Cutlass Black can at a few locations, including Traveler Rentals at Everest Harbor. And while the numbers I gave you are coming from the wiki, I can't actually find where you can buy the steel in-game. The Cutlass Black is at Lorville New Deal. The Cutlass Steel isn't, from what I can see. I tried searching it, asking some other players, and nobody had any idea, so if you guys do, please let me know in the comments below. While buying it in-game may or may not be possible, I know where you can buy it, and that's the Pledge Shop. Of course, a variant of the Cutlass is going to cost a little bit more, but let's see how much more it's actually going to cost you. The Cutlass Black comes in at $100 even, and the Cutlass Steel comes in at $235 or $210 war bond. That's only when it's available. Like all of the Cutlass variants now, you can only get the steel during time-limited events. What should you do? Are you on the fence between buying the steel and buying the black? Let's say that there is a limited sale available and you have the option to buy it or the black or maybe something else. What should you do? If you've seen any of my other videos where I do a buyer's guide, I always preface my opinion with, it's your money, spend it how you want. Now the steel that you see in the video is mine. I'm the one flying it around. It's in my hangar, but the only reason it's in my hangar is because I pledged for the E1 Spirit, and it's not yet available, so they gave me the steel as a loaner. I don't know, the E1 Spirit's supposed to be a luxury passenger transport, and I guess in CIG's mind, the steel is a passenger transport? At any rate, all that to say, I don't have a bias towards one or the other. I did have the black, but I upgraded it to the red because I wanted a medical ship. So having flown both, and I've done several missions in both, I think my opinion has some weight behind it. In the current state of Star Citizen, I would highly suggest leaning more towards the black than the steel. Now, because it's time limited, if you have that fear of missing out, if you want to get the steel, by all means, go for it. It is unique, it is a dropship, the black isn't that. But at the same time, you could cram some people into the cargo hold of the black. They're not going to have a seat, but you'll get them there. You won't have the turrets off the side doors, which are really cool and would be fun to use in a situation where it's all guns blazing and you're shooting at as many people as you can. But at the same time, at $235, I just can't justify spending that much more than the black for the small upgrades that you get. Yeah, you get some more firepower. They say that you get more missiles, but when I flew them, you got the same amount of missiles. You both got 16. And maybe that's going to change. When they do their update passes, maybe the steel is going to be more beneficial for those niche situations. Maybe you'll get more bang for your buck. But right now, you could get 2 Cutlass Blacks and still have $35 in your pocket. You could get a Cutlass Black and an Arrow and still have dollars in your pocket. If you want a variant of the Cutlass, the black's just not doing it for you, then I would go with either the blue or the red. The red's going to give you that medical gameplay, and the blue's going to give you those bounty pods. And while they aren't working yet in-game, they will in the future. The steel is really just a dropship. It has transport, that's it. Both the red and the blue are going to give you cargo space. Not as much as the black, obviously, because you're taking up the space, but it gives you something. The steel has nothing. I don't want it to sound like I'm hating on the steel, because I'm not. I do like the ship. It's fun to fly. The idea of having a dropship is really cool. I just think that in the game now, there's not a place for it. And I don't want to see you wasting money on something that's just there for the future. Medical ships now have a purpose. The bounty hunter ships, you can use them. They have boarding now. You just can't capture somebody and take them and alive. Obviously, make your own decisions, though. Technically, everything in Star Citizen is playing for the future. We are just an alpha. So if you don't mind waiting, then that's a good ship. It's a Cutlass. It's gonna do the job. It's just you'll really miss out on something that requires cargo space, at least in my opinion. Essentially, it boils down to, do you have another ship or not? If the Cutlass Steel is going to be your only ship, then I would recommend going with something else. If you have other ships and you're just wanting to collect more, then go for the Steel by all means. And with that, that's going to end the video, guys. Thank you so much for sticking to the end. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much to everybody that's come over to the Discord already. We are growing so fast, I honestly can't believe it. Thank you for everyone that's subscribing. Again, I can't believe the number just keeps going up and up. You guys are absolutely amazing. Don't forget about the giveaway. There's not that much time left on it. Remember, it's open to subscribers, and the only thing you have to do to enter is come over to the Discord. I'll put the link for it in the description below. In the Discord, you can talk with other players, like-minded people in the community, talk to me directly, ask me any question you like, and of course, until next time, peace.